I'll text some of people too.
Looks like what?
Text some of people for the.
Oh, please, yeah. You'd say.
Yeah, right now.
Ew. Yeah, you're right. I put way too much protein powder in here.
That's probably not why it's shitty.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly why. But it would just be delicious blueberry.
Really? Because it looks like soil. It looks like you're eating.
It's the protein powder. Definitely not my best smoothie. Many better smoothies. Let's see if it works.
Text Angel right now? Sure.
It says it's on, but I don't see the image.
Does it have a last name?
Yeah.
If,
If we might need to, yeah. Because we don't have much time now.
Saying I'll let people see if they'll try and tune into this one.
Chris Chaplin pointed out that just because we don't have people like watching at the time, which we do have a good chunk of people, a lot of people are watching it afterwards. So like he said he watches them all, he watches it afterwards.
Yeah.
And watches it exactly at the time.
I think that's what happens. That's why
Oh, I got it.
after. Angel said she hasn't taken it yet.
Can she hear us? And why is it 2? It's on viewing, so that's good, yeah. I got it to work, but it has two images instead of 1 for some reason. So there's that one there. I'll probably have to turn it a little bit, so I'm looking at the thing. This one works just fine. Facebook is the last one. Chat is one. Oh, hi guys! There's people already on.
Is there?
Yeah, Madison and Cody Hall.
Angel just said it's not on anything.
No, it should be on. Oh no, this is from. Oh no, they just subscribed. Sorry, no viewers here. Huh. Yeah, we might have to do the other one.
It's over here.
Okay.
Get 1 minute. Get 1 minute.
Yeah. This that one should be working, so I'm not sure why it's not.
You just want to get logged into the other one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Just figure it out with the doctor.
Hey! What's going on? You're like, what? I almost did it at home.
Angel said YouTube only.
Oh, okay. And it's just one image on YouTube? She would have said otherwise. If it weren't. Yeah. So it's the other one that's working just fine because this one is not even working. Alright, cool. Yay, YouTube is working. Zoom is on. I'm gonna just start live now. Cool. Cool.
YouTube is working?
Yeah. Alright, maybe we should just wait till a few people come on and then I'll start talking.
You can start talking.
Yeah.
Just don't start your spiel. You can start. Say hi.
Bye. Let's see. Oh, one viewer. Who's that? Does it say? Oh, it must be Angel.
Angel
Abel's.
just said IG now. It's working.
Hold on a sec. Hola, Abel.
Hola, Karen.
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Bien. Nada más hablaba, a ver.
Insta's having trouble with it. Instagram is having trouble with it.
Sí, ya estamos empezando. Ya voy a empezar.
Oh, ok.
¿Ok?
¿En YouTube o...?
Sí. ¿En YouTube o Facebook?
Just that guy, Tyler.
Ok.
Ok.
Okay,
Chao.
Tyler.
Nos vemos.
Bye.
Chao. That's Tyler. Abel called. Alright, so, oh, okay, we got another viewer on here. I wish I could just tell you
Yeah,
here
you don't have first. Yeah.
so that people know what's going on. Hi, guys! We're just gonna wait a few minutes, for people to log on and everything.
Insta's up now.
It's up? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll just wait a few minutes. Good to see everyone, or vice versa. Leon's here again. Brandy's here again as well. So yeah, we're just gonna wait a few minutes, but today we'll do a little less of the demo kind of lecture type situation at first. We'll just jump right into another breath, and then we'll do self-regulation and the yoga. Who?
Tia.
Tiara!
Yes!
Yay!
T made it!
Good to see ya! Finally! Yeah, we miss you. This is good for you, T. The breath that we're about to learn today is actually perfect because it's good for like low blood pressure and like understimulation, basically, when you're getting like really busy and lightheaded. So I'm glad you're here. This is perfect. The ones that we learned, I'll recap the ones that we learned 2 weeks ago and last week. For those are a little bit more for relaxing arousal and nervous system. This one's a little bit more for firing up the heat in the center and getting some more energy. So we'll just wait we'll do 1 more minute. Yeah. But yeah. Who?
Ask how when's Easter was. Easter.
Oh yeah, how's everyone Easter? I forgot about Easter, yeah, this weekend. Did anybody get to have some fun? Do anything exciting? Eggs, rabbits? But yeah, so I'll just start recapping a little bit of what we did last week and the week before. So last week we talked a little bit about neuroplasticity, And that's very important, especially right now since we all have this time at home, basically. And we talked a little bit about how it takes about 28 to 30 days to create a new habit, and how basically the scientific opinion or perspective on neuroplasticity has changed over the past like half a century. We used to believe that things are kind of static and that neurons don't regrow and that they just stay the same. And now we know that that is not true. You can totally change your mind, you can totally create new habits and rewire your brain. So, eliminate some old programming, old habits, old beliefs, old indoctrinations, and create new habits and helpful lifestyle choices. So that's what we talked a little bit about neuroplasticity. If you want to know more about the science about that, if you're a nerd and you want to know more about that, I have many resources for that, so hit me up. Or if there's anything else that you want to learn about, there is a little survey that we have on the stories for Instagram, and that just has some general questions about what your interests are. Are you interested in more meditation type sessions, or even resources or different kinds of meditations? Let me know. We can work on that. Or if you want to do more breathing, emotional intelligence. There's many things that we can get into here. So yeah, let me know. So we'll just recap real quick the 2 breaths that we learned 2 weeks ago and the past week. First one was the 4 breath, the 4-4-4 breath. So that is where you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for 4 seconds. And that one's really good for just bringing yourself back into your body and kind of calming down the nervous system a little bit. So anytime that you're feeling anxious, feeling aggravated, angry, even sad, whatever it is, it really helps you ground yourself and become more aware of what's going on. And it gives you the opportunity to at least acknowledge what you're feeling, and then it's way more easy to manage your emotions when you know what is actually happening and you don't get swept up by that. So that was the first one that we learned. Second one that we learned is really good for anxiety relief, stress relief, and really good for insomnia if you're having issues falling asleep. That's the one where it's the 4-7-8 breath. That's the one where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 7, and then breathe out for 8 seconds. And that one is a huge tool that you can use. The only issue with that one is that if you have low blood pressure or issues breathing, actually, then you might want to stay away from that one, because if you already have kind of a lower homeostasis, then you don't want to bring it down even more. So today we'll learn the one that'll bring it back up. But before I get into the new breath, I just want to talk a little bit about the exhale and holding in your breath, and how that is associated with what's going on right now, the whole coronavirus. We know that it is a respiratory illness, it's a respiratory situation, and one big tool that you can use to check your heart rate variability and your ability to oxygenate your blood, which is a huge part of staying healthy and being able to fight infections, is how long can you hold your breath. So you're supposed to be able to hold your breath from anywhere from 30 to 40 seconds without feeling like you need to gasp for air really quick. So that 4-7-8 breath is a great exercise to be able to practice that. So if you do start the 4-7-8 breath and then you start feeling like 6-5, you know what I mean? That's totally normal, just keep going. I know for myself, whenever I'm having issues sleeping and I try my 4-7-8 breath, at the first few times, it's always like, and then it gets so much easier, and you can like literally feel your body just release and relax, and it feels really wonderful. So that's that. If you want some more information on heart rate variability, which is a big topic, and it has to do a lot with the coherence between your brain and your second and third brain. So I'm not going to get into it now. But the heart rate variability has a lot to do with the coherence between your brain and your heart. And there have been studies that show that there are actually like over 40,000 neurons in the heart itself. So that's why sometimes when you feel pain, you can literally feel it in your heart. Your heart also connects to the brain in that sense, and there's a huge connection there. Heart rate variability is a huge indicator for longevity as well. and also for emotional intelligence and being able to bounce back from life's challenges. So if you guys want more information about that, let me know. Huge nerd on this kind of stuff, and I have plenty of resources on that. And also just reach out if there's anything else that you're interested in and you think I might have some knowledge or information on. I can at least point you in the right direction. So the new breath that we're going to learn today, let's recap. The new breath that we're going to learn today is it's called the diaphragmatic breath. It has a lot to do with your diaphragm. It could also be called bellows breath. This one is like the opposite of what we've been learning. So we have been focusing a lot for the past 2 weeks on slowing down the breath and taking deep breaths in and out and really slowing it down. Still focusing on the exhale though. So for the diaphragmatic breath, we're still focusing on the exhale, except we're letting the inhale be passive. So it's something like this. It's like, and you can either do that through the mouth or through the nose. Either way works. For me, I find it easier to do it through the mouth, and I'll even like make a fish pose, like you're gonna take a selfie or something, and you blow out. You can also do it with the nose as well. So it's really up to you, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. So we're gonna practice that. Before we practice that though, I will say if you have issues with, if you try this at home other than here, and you're feeling like you're getting a little like lightheaded or woozy, just keep pushing through it. It's actually gonna give you more energy. You're getting a little lightheaded because you're getting more oxygen to your brain. Okay, you're not gonna pass out or anything. The opposite is gonna happen. You're gonna fire up your center. You're gonna get some more heat going in your body, and it's actually gonna energize you up. I did a virtual session the other day with one of our clients, and I introduced that breath to her, and she immediately started feeling more energy, which was awesome because she has some issues with blood pressure. So, yeah. Let's do it together. We'll start with 3, and then we'll do 6, and then we'll do 9, and then I encourage you at home, if you like wake up in the morning and you need some coffee, this is a great breath to do if you're trying to like get off the coffee and you want to naturally get some more energy, okay? So we'll try it now. We're just gonna let the inhale be very passive. You're focusing entirely on the exhale. We'll just do 3, okay? So, ready and go. Really simple, that's all it is. and you're also trying to imagine that you're pushing. So don't go, you wanna go the opposite. You wanna bring the belly in, kind of bring the diaphragm in and squeeze as you exhale. So it's like, I don't know if I should do this sideways so you can see my belly. Big belly, right? And then, okay. All right, so we'll try it again, and we'll do 6, and then we'll do 9, okay? And then we'll do 20. So let's do the 6 right now. And go. So that was 6. Like I said, you can do it with the nose or with the mouth. And now we'll do 9. Deep inhale, so you want to start with a deep inhale, and then go. Oops, sorry. Deep inhale. Alright, so I forgot to mention that. Deep inhale at first. So whether you're doing 3, 6, 9, or 20, or 15, whatever number it is, do the deep inhale first, and then focus on the exhale. So now we're going to do a big set of it. We're going to do 20 of them. So if you want to do less or more, just try your best, okay? And here we go. Deep breath in, and out. I think that was 20. All right, so that's what that's like. Right now I'm getting a little bit of blood rushing to my head, and I'm feeling some energy. So that's what that's all about, okay? You guys do that at home as much as you'd like, especially in the morning, you're trying to wake up, and yeah. So for the rest of the session though, today we're not gonna do that breath. But we're a little awake now, but we're still not going to do that breath. We're going to focus on the 4x4 breath. That's the one where you inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. So yeah, before we start doing the yoga, let's do a little bit of self-regulation, you guys. This is technically Tri-Chair Yoga. If you guys are interested, hit me up. I do have access to a PDF of this, which is just a little concise blurb of the self-regulation methods. First one, orientation, orient yourself in the space that you're in. And then the second one is going to be, the second one is going to be grounding and kind of, feeling the contact that you have with the space that you're in. And then the third one is centering, finding your center, your belly, your pelvic floor. And then the fourth one is really tuning into your breath and finding that there. Before we get started, real quick, flip that way. I might need the chair move too. Sorry, guys. All right, and then if you want this, let me know. If you miss any of what I'm guiding, don't be afraid, don't freak out, just keep going, and we're gonna keep doing this, so it'll become second nature the more you do it. Other thing, essential oils, if you have any, bring them out. If not, no big deal. Like I mentioned last time, citrus, another great natural way to wake up and refresh the body. It's very cheerful. Peppermint does that as well, spearmint does that as well. There's other ones that are more grounding, woody ones are more grounding, lavender, great for sleeping. And frankincense is a really good one too. So if you have it, pull it out. If not, no big deal. We're going to use it toward the end and I'll let you know. So, before we get into the yoga, let's start some self-regulation, okay? So, deep breath in, deep breath out. All right. Whether you want your eyes open or your eyes closed, we're gonna just take a look around the room. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like. You can, just kind of take a look behind your eyelids if that's what you'd like right now. But I myself, I'm gonna keep my eyes open. I'm gonna just look around the room. I'm gonna take note of 4 things, whether it's 4 corners of the room right now. I see 4 corners of the room. I see 4 colors. I see some wood. I see some metal. I see a mirror. 4 textures. I see some fabric. I see some caulk and paint on the wall. And then also I see some skin. I see the skin on my body. I see the fabric I'm wearing. I see the colors of my skin. And I'm just becoming aware of the space that I'm in. And here, while we're oriented in our space and really taking note of where we are, we're going to say to ourselves, I am safe, I am present, and I am well. And we're going to say it twice. I am safe, I am present, and I am well. All right, now that we know where we are, we're just gonna take a moment to ground ourselves and really feel the contact that's going on between your hand and the chair, whether you have it on the chair, whether it's on your knees, the contact that you might feel from your butt to the chair, the contact that you might feel between your feet and the floor. And even if you're not feeling this contact, you can still imagine it and you can still see it. So don't be discouraged if you're not able to sensationally feel it, okay? You can still imagine it. There's a lot of research also that suggests visualizing and imagining it will still create neural pathways in your brain. So just by imagining, just by seeing the heat between my hands and the chair, I'm actually grounding myself and I'm becoming more stable in my position in this space, this orientation. So while we're here, we're going to say to ourselves, I am grounded, I am rooted, and I am supported. I'm going to say that one more time. I am grounded, I'm rooted, and I am supported. All right. And now that we feel where we are grounded in our space, we're going to go ahead and find our center. That's going to be right here. It's going to be in the center of your body. Some people call it the pelvic floor. You can imagine the navel pushing into your spine. You can imagine your belly button coming in. You can take a deep breath in, and then a deep breath out. And imagine pushing all that air out. All those muscles you're using to push that air out, even if you're just imagining doing so, that's your center right there. That's where you have your heat. So that breath that we learned earlier today, that's that heat that I was talking about. That's what we're cultivating here. Anytime that you feel that your mind is chattering or you got pecking thoughts, totally natural. Never going to stop really, but we can learn how to manage it. And you can imagine that this heat in our body, as we center ourselves and as we take deep breaths in, deep breaths out, the fire is burning hotter and hotter, and it's actually drawing any mental chatter that you have from up here, up from the brain, and it's just pulling it right down in, and it's burning it away. It's disappearing. While we're here, we're going to say to ourselves, we're going to send a message to the body. We're going to say, I am grounded, I am centered, and I am present. We're going to say that again. I am grounded, I am centered, and I am present. All right. Now that we've created some heat in our body and really centered ourselves, grounded ourselves in our space, we're going to try to bring our awareness, bring our attention, our awareness, beautiful power we have, right into our breath. We're going to bring it right into the breath. So anytime during this session, I want you to think two things. If your mind starts wandering, two things. Am I breathing in or am I breathing out? Second thing is be, do, or imagine. Like I said earlier, you don't have to do, you don't have to be, but you can imagine at the very least. All right, guys, so we're going to take a deep breath in, that 4x4 breath that we talked about earlier. Take a deep breath in, count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just squeeze all that air out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once again, as you guys breathe, I'm just going to explain. Like you're pouring water into a pitcher and then pouring it back out, it fills up from the bottom all the way up. And then as you pour it out, it empties from the top to the bottom. That's how I want you to imagine your breath. You're filling up belly first, huge belly. Stick it out all the way out. We have a big tendency to hold it in all day long. Let's really let it hang, stick it out, fill up all the way from the belly to the ribs. Expand the ribs. Feel the ribs expand out, the sides of the ribs you can even imagine. Now bring it up to your chest. Imagine that it's going to be filling up the chest, the throat, coming up to the eyes, behind the eyes, and give yourself a beautiful smile, and then you can exhale. Let it come out through the throat, out through the chest. Squeeze the ribs, squeeze the belly, get all that old, stale air out of there. Okay? This is a beautiful breath that we can use to release some tension and bring ourselves back to the present. And we're going to do that 4 times, okay? So let's practice together. All right. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right back in. Big belly out. Feel the chest expand. Feel the ribs expand. Feel it in your throat. Feel it in the eyes. Feel it in the face. Give yourself a beautiful smile and release. Let it out from the eyebrows, out from the chest, from the throat, from the ribs, and squeeze the belly. Get all the old air out. 2 more times. Big belly. Inhale, bring it up to the ribs, let your ribs expand, bring it up to the chest, let your chest expand, up to the throat, up to the head, eyes, give yourself a smile, and release it. Release it out of the head, release it out of the chest, out of the ribs, out of the belly. 1 more time. Big belly in, expand the ribs, expand the chest, even open up if you like, open up the throat, open up the face, give yourself a beautiful smile. And then exhale as it comes out through the face, out through the throat, out of the chest. Squeeze the belly, get all that old, stale air out of there. And while we're here and centered and focused on our breath, we're going to say to ourselves, I am peaceful, I am safe, and I am present. We're going to say that 1 more time. I am peaceful, I am safe, and I am present. All right, guys. So that is the self-regulation process. And as I mentioned earlier, if I missed any of it, or if you missed any of it, let me know, and I've got a little PDF that will be very useful for you. Okay. Next thing. So now we're just going to get started with the yoga. I'm just going to get right into it. Right. Going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your right ear fall to the right shoulder. Don't bring the shoulder to the ear. Bring the ear to the shoulder. And as you exhale, let your head fall back. And let the left ear go down to the left shoulder. Tuck your chin if you'd like in front of you. And then as you take your next inhale, you're going to bring the right ear back to the right shoulder. Left ear down to the left shoulder as you exhale. At your own pace, whatever feels comfortable for you, just keep inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you go down. Imagine you've got a light at the top of your crown, like a flashlight waving around, almost like a bat signal, letting the world know that you're here, you're present, and you're shining really bright. On your next inhale, just bring it. Your next exhale, just bring it down. And when you're ready, join me in the middle here. Here we're going to say to ourselves, I am seen, I am bright, and I am glowing. One more time, guys. I am seen, I'm bright, and I am glowing. Now we're just going to reverse that. Take another deep inhale. And as you exhale, just bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Feeling a nice, beautiful stretch on the right side of the neck. The neck is a very delicate spot on our body, so don't try to force anything. Just let it fall, let it hang. And then as you exhale, bring it down. Oops, I'm sorry. As you exhale, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. So we're going counterclockwise. So we're going left ear, left shoulder as you breathe in. As you exhale, right ear, right shoulder. One more time, I'll say it again. Left ear, left shoulder as you breathe in. And then right ear, right shoulder as you breathe out. At your own pace, keep going. I want you to keep imagining that bright, beautiful flashlight at the crown of your head, waving it around, making big circles at the top of your head. And while you're paying attention to your breath and your neck movements, I want you to either say out loud or think it to yourself. I am bright, I am light, and I am glowing. One more time. I am bright, I am light, and I am glowing. On your next exhale, just meet me in the middle here. All right, now we're going to do some side leans. So I want you guys to take a deep breath in. You can bring your arms up, or you can leave them in front of your face, or you can leave them down in your lap. Either way works well. I'm going to bring them up. And here, you can either exhale and bring your arm down, your left arm down, or you can keep them both up. It's really up to you, whatever works well for your body, okay? I'm going to go ahead and just leave my left arm hanging here. So, I personally here have the left arm down, right arm up. We're going to take a deep inhale, lengthen the body. Imagine the crown of your head is touching the ceiling, and then just go ahead and lean over to the left a little bit. Kind of like the minutes on a clock, just ticking a little over 1 minute, 1 second at a time, really taking knowledge and presence into this second, into this time. Feeling a nice, beautiful stretch on the right side of the body. If you want to, take a deep inhale, lengthen, and if you feel comfortable, go a little deeper. If not, stay right where you are. That's right where you should be. Next inhale, come back up to center. And bring the arm down. Now we're going to take another inhale. Both arms up, either in front of you or in your lap. Either way works well. Now I want you to bring the right arm down if both arms are up. As you inhale, I want you to really lengthen your spine. Imagine each vertebrae stacked on top of each other like a ladder. And then as you exhale, you're going to just go ahead and bend a little bit to the right side. Feeling a nice stretch on the left side of the body here. Great way to detox. As you inhale, I want you to lengthen the body a little bit more. Maybe open up the chest. Don't round the shoulders down. Bring them up to the sky. Bring the arms over your head if you have it up. And just feel another little stretch here. Breathe in to lengthen. And as you exhale, deepen if you'd like. If not, just stay right where you are. That's right where you should be. On your next inhale, I want you to come right back up to center. And exhale as both arms come down. And here we're going to say to ourselves, I am flexible. I am steady. and I am safe. I am flexible. I am steady, and I am safe. That felt really good, so I'm going to do that one more time. We're going to take another deep breath in. We're going to bring both our arms up. It can either be up top, in front of your face, or right in your lap. If they are in your lap, you can use one arm to kind of hold yourself a little bit in the chair. So if you're going to keep them in your lap, let's bring the left arm to the chair. And then you're just going to take a deep breath in as you lengthen. And as you exhale, just lean a little bit over again to the left side, feeling a nice stretch on the right. But let your hand hang here. You can feel a stretch in the neck, stretch under the armpits. Don't round your shoulder down. I want you to bring it up into the sky. Let your heart shine really bright. Open up here. You're safe. You're stable. You're present. Inhale as you come back up to center. We're going to do that one more time. The other side, inhale. Arms up if you'd like. Center or in your lap. If they are in your lap, just bring the right arm to the chair. It's going to help you stay a little bit steady. As you inhale, lengthen your vertebrae. Imagine that your chest is poking out, that your tailbone is really rooted into the ground like a tree, and that your crown is up, touching the sky. And then as you exhale, just going to lean over to the right side. You can deepen as far or as little as you'd like. You can just stay here and feel a nice stretch in the neck. If you are going to do so, I want you to bring that left shoulder back. Don't let it come forward. Bring it back. Open up the heart. Keep breathing here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. If you'd like to deepen, go right ahead. I am safe, I am steady, and I am rooted. One more time. I am safe, I am steady, and I am rooted. As you inhale, come back to center. All right. Deep breath in, arms up overhead, in front of you or in your lap, wherever you'd like. And as you exhale, I want you to bring the right hand down to your right knee. I'm sorry, to your left knee. That's what to the left knee. So inhale up, right hand down to the left knee. And then as you exhale, I want you to just twist over. Twist over to the left. Imagine that you're looking right behind you. And you can twist as far or as little as you'd like. If you can't really twist the torso that much, you can stay right where you are. But keep the right hand on the left. Keep breathing on the left knee. You can keep the left hand on the chair and just move the head. Just look behind you. Imagine that you're twisting from the bottom, from your pelvis, up to your chest and up to your neck. Even if you're not doing so, imagine that you're bringing out like a wet towel. This is a great way to detox and flush the kidneys here. Take a deep breath as you lengthen. Stay where you are. Just imagine that your head and your chest are coming up to the sky. And as you exhale, deepen a little bit more. Challenge yourself here a little bit. All right. Inhale as we come back to center. We're just going to reverse that. Bring the arms up as you inhale. Either up in front of you or in your lap. Then we're going to exhale our left hand down to the right knee. And if you'd like, you can use your right hand and use your chair to kind of push and engage. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, just let it rest on the chair. And then we're going to just twist. Twist it to the right side. Imagine that you're squeezing and wringing out the right side of your body like a dirty wet towel. And really squeeze in that right side of the body. And as you inhale, I want you to stick out your chest up to the sky. Bring your crown, top of your head, up to the sky. And as you exhale, just look back a little further. Imagine that you're looking directly behind you. Feeling a stretch in the neck, the shoulders. And as you inhale, come back up to center. And here we're going to say to ourselves, I am flexible, I am steady, and I am rooted. We're going to say it one more time and let's get excited. I am flexible, I am steady, and I am rooted. All right, guys. Now we're going to do some eagle pose. We're going to lift our arms up as you inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to find a bind. And that can either be, I'm going to bring the left arm under the right arm. And whether that is binding the hands, binding the thumbs, or you can just give yourself a big old hug. Either way, just have your left hand or the left arm under the right. And I want you to really imagine that you're spreading the scapulas behind you. Imagine that you're spreading and finding some space between your shoulder blades behind you. Like your elbows are going to touch the wall in front of you. If you're hugging yourself, keep pushing the elbows forward. If you're binding with the wrists or the palms of the hand, bring the elbows up to the front of your face and kind of push the palms away from you. So it's really going to give you a nice stretch in between the shoulder blades back there, okay? Keep breathing. Deep breath in. As you exhale, keep spreading out those shoulder blades. And while we're here, we're going to say to ourselves, I am strong, I am powerful, and I am joyful. One more time. Deep inhale. As you exhale, you say to yourself, I am strong, I am powerful, and I am joyful. All right. So now be really gentle with yourself. Just slowly unbind the arms. Bring them down. Keep breathing. Keep focusing on the breath. Think to yourself, am I breathing in or am I breathing out? Another deep inhale. Either arms up overhead or in front of you or in your lap. Either way, I want you to find a bind with your right hand this time, under the left. And like I said, you can either hug yourself, because we love ourselves, or you can find a bind with the thumb, preferably the wrist or the palm if possible. If you aren't here in the palm, I want you to imagine that your elbows are actually up, almost like touching your face or your nose. And then the palms, don't let them rest on your forehead. Push them towards the wall in front of you. That's really going to give you a really nice stretch in between the shoulder blades. I'm feeling it right now. Keep breathing. Breathe in. As you exhale, keep pushing out the shoulder blades, finding some space in between there. On your next exhale, I want you to say, I am strong, I am peaceful, and I am joyful. One more time. Say it out loud with me this time. I am strong, I am peaceful, and I am joyful. All right. Now very slowly be kind to your arms and your shoulders and your body. Just release. Release the arms. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. And shake it out if you need to. You can roll the shoulders forward or back, especially now that we just did that. Let's equal pose. Okay. All right. All right. Now we're going to take a deep inhale. Arms up into the sky, or right in front of you, or down here. And as you exhale, I want you to just bring your arms down to the sides, like you're about to give somebody a really big hug. All right. I want you to imagine that you're like an eagle, spreading your wings as far and wide as possible. Also, you can bring your thumbs up and bring them behind you like they're going to touch. That's going to encourage you to squeeze the space that we just created back there. Squeeze the scapula, the shoulder blades behind you. If you feel comfortable here, go ahead and just go ahead and let the head hang back. Feel your chest opening up to the sky. Open up your heart center. Open up your chest. Open up the throat. This is a very powerful pose here. This is what it feels like to surrender to yourself, to surrender to your world, to the universe. It's actually an act of strength. It's not an act of weakness. And while we're here, we're going to say to ourselves, I am powerful, I am strong, and I am stable. We're going to say it one more time. Say it out loud. I am strong, I am stable, and I am powerful. All right. Now bring your arms down. Give a good shake if you'd like. Feel comfortable. It's very also natural to release some emotions during the sessions. So if you start feeling a little teary-eyed or anything, it's totally natural. It's actually really good. It means you're releasing some emotions, the ultimate release, actually. All right, guys. So now we're going to get into some visualization here. We're going to use that power of imagination, and we're going to visualize. So as we breathe in, bring your arms up, either right over your head. It could be in front of your face, or it could be down in your lap. Whatever is most comfortable for you. We are going to be in this position for a little longer than normal, so be comfortable, all right? I'm going to keep it right in front of my face. So, as you take a deep breath in and out, I want you to imagine that there's a huge, huge balloon right in between your hands. It could be any color. It could be a rainbow. It could be blue. It could be green. Your favorite color. Whatever color it is that it really makes you happy. It really makes you joyful. And for some reason, it just resonates with you. Imagine a huge, massive balloon in between your hands in that color. And then we're going to imagine this Sharpie. We're going to pull out our Sharpie. And it's black or whatever color you'd like, but you can really see that reflective color on it, and it's greasy. And we're going to write on this balloon. We're going to write in big, huge letters something that just is no longer yours, no longer needed, it gets in your way, whatever it is that's not making you happy anymore, you know you don't need it anymore. It could be an emotion, it could be a thing, it could be an event, it could be a person, it could be a whole scribble, it could be anything. And we're just going to imagine as we inhale that we're lifting up that balloon up into the sky. And as we exhale, we're just going to let our arms drop. And we're going to watch that balloon disappear into the universe. We're going to watch it pierce through the clouds, float up all the way through the atmosphere, disappearing so far away you can't even see it anymore. Because you don't need it, it's no longer yours, and it's already taken care of. All right, guys, we're going to do that one more time. Big release here. You're going to take a deep breath in. As you bring your arms up to the sky, and they can be over your head, they can be in front of your face, or they can be in your lap, like I said earlier. Another big balloon. It could be the same color, it could be a different color. It could be white, it could be black, it could be a rainbow, whatever color you desire. Here, though, we're going to imagine a wish, or a desire, or something that you've been wanting for a long time, and you know it's yours, you just haven't experienced it yet. Whatever it is that you know is going to bring you happiness and joy, we're going to imagine that on the balloon. We're going to use that same Sharpie. Let's pull it out, and on the balloon, we're going to write it down in big, massive letters. And it could be a thing, it could be a person, it could be an event, an emotion, it could be anything. It could be a scribble. As we inhale, we're going to lift up that balloon up into the sky. Really going to imagine ourselves pushing that balloon up into the sky. And then as you exhale, we're going to let our arms float down, peacefully, gracefully, watching that balloon disappear into the universe. Whatever that wish or desire, or whatever it is that you know is going to make you happy, we're watching it disappear through the clouds, pierce through the atmosphere, into the universe. Because we don't even have to effort it that much. We just have to allow it in. It's already done for us. It's already created. All right, guys. And here, while we've already cultivated all that energy, all that emotion, which is really just energy in motion, we're going to say to ourselves, I am free, I am happy, and I am calm. Once more, I am free, I am happy, and I am calm. All right. Now we're just going to end with a little forward fold. So I want you to inhale as you bring your arms up into the sky, or in front of you, or down here. If you need some stability for your torso, because we are going to be leaning forward, go ahead and keep your arms here. You can use them to fold forward. Before we do so, though, I want you to really lengthen as you inhale. Lengthen the chest out, the head up, even tuck your chin just a tiny bit. Imagine that the crown of your head is touching the ceiling. Imagine that your pelvis is digging into the ground, really rooted like the roots of a big, strong tree. And as you exhale, I want you to fold forward. Slowly folding forward. Letting your head still reach the front of the room. Try to lengthen as much as you can. And only go as far down as your body allows. That's where you should be. Don't force anything today. While we're here, we're just going to take a few deep breaths. Let your belly fall into your knees and into your thighs as you take a deep breath in. Feel yourself supported by yourself. And here we're going to say, I am loving, I am free, and I am supported. One more time. I am loving, I am free, and I am supported. While we're here, if you guys want, and if you can, just give yourself a nice big old hug. And thank yourself for being here. Thank yourself for showing up for yourself. Send your body a message of love and kindness. We're all just doing the best we can. Now, in your next exhale, we're going to fold up. We're going to round ourselves right back up. But before we do so, I want you to imagine that you're stacking your vertebrae one at a time, starting with your pelvis, starting with your lower lumbar. And you're going to one at a time, let your vertebrae stack on top of each other. One at a time. Really visualize and imagine that spine elongated, tall, straight, aligned. And let your head come up last. Let's take a deep breath in here. That forward fold is something that is really helpful for sleeping problems if you guys ever have any sleeping issues. So now we're going to finish with a little body scan and meditation. So like the you guys have ever seen a scanner, and you know how, like, if you don't close the thing, you'll see this thing, it's like a light bar, and it goes like a Xerox machine. I want you to imagine that, and you're just scanning your body like a scanner. You could either imagine that, or you can imagine fairy dust. You can imagine a light. You can imagine anything you want, really. As we take a deep breath in, we're going to close our eyes as we exhale. Feel yourself in your body. Stay grounded in here. Feel the contact that you have with your chair, the hands, the feet. And now we're going to imagine that light. It could be any color you'd like. Any color. It could be white, it could be rainbow, your favorite color. And now that color is circling at the top of your head, and it's just swirling around there. Letting go of any tension you may have at the top of the head. It's traveling down now to your forehead, to your brows. Letting go of any tension you may have there, unfurl them. As you breathe in and out, imagine that light is traveling down to the bridge of your nose. Are you holding your nose? Are you holding your eyes? Relax the eyes. Let them sink into the sockets. Feel how your sockets support your eyes. You don't have to hold them. They're just there for you. Keep breathing. As you exhale, imagine that light is traveling down to your chin, down to your jaw. Let go of any tension there. If you want to wiggle it around a bit, just let it go. Let it fall. Don't clench your teeth, let it go. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Imagine that light is traveling down to your neck. You need to swallow a few times, go ahead. Imagine that it's opening up your neck, opening up your chest, letting go of any tension there. Letting go of any tension in the shoulders. You hold a lot of tension in the shoulders. Unshrug them, let them fall behind you. Let them fall to the floor. Imagine that they're really heavy, like weights. Any tension in the hands. Don't hold on to anything. Let it all go. Release that tension. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Imagine that light is traveling down to your chest. Relaxing the rib cage, relaxing the heart, releasing any tension in the sternum, chest cavity, ribs. Light is traveling down to your belly. If you're holding in your belly, just let it hang. If you're pushing it out, just let it hang. Releasing any tension there. As we keep breathing, we're imagining that light traveling down to our butt, our pelvis, our navel, releasing any tension there as well. Feel it supported by the chair. Feel it fall into the chair, almost melting. Notice how you don't have to do much to be supported by this world. Your breath is natural. Your existence is natural, your presence is natural. Deep breath in as you exhale, release any tension in the thighs and the knees. Just let your knees fall if they're going in and out. Let the feet hang. Keep breathing, keep visualizing that light traveling down, perhaps to the knees or the calves. Letting go of any tension. Imagine that light traveling down, and as it touches, it's just releasing. Really easy, no effort, nothing to worry about here. Now that light is traveling down to your feet. Feel or imagine yourself really sinking into the ground, feeling grounded and rooted here. Releasing any tension in your feet, thanking your feet. Imagine that any tension or release that you're experiencing right now is actually leaving your body through the tips of your toes, through the tips of your fingers. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in with every cell of your body, deepen the breath. As you exhale, imagine it all releasing through the fingertips, through the toes. Breath in. Breathe in with every cell of your body. Deep breaths. And as you exhale, if you'd like, just sigh it out. Make a noise. Squeeze it in. Deep breath in again. Every cell of your body is getting oxygen. Imagine it. As you exhale, really release and feel or imagine all the energy, stagnant air, emotion. It's releasing through your fingertips. Feel it releasing through the fingertips, through the toes. Feel that there. One more time. While we're here, without breaking any of the peace that we just cultivated, keep breathing and notice how you're not the one telling the body to breathe. It kind of just does it by itself. Ask yourself, what am I? Am I breath? Not breath. Ask yourself, what am I? What is it that perceives? What is it that knows I'm here? What is it behind this body, behind these eyes? What is it that feels my attention moving from one thing to another? Just take a moment to just be. Just I am. I am existence. I am here. You're not this body. Breathing and imagining all that tension moving back. Without breaking any of the peace that we've just created, any of the peace that we just cultivated, or the awareness we've brought to our existence. If you have essential oils, go ahead and pull them out. If not, stay where you are. You can keep your eyes closed, your eyes open, and then close them up again. Keep taking deep breaths here. Full breaths on the inhale. Every cell is accepting that oxygen you're breathing. As you exhale, all the energy stagnant in, coming out, releasing through the body. Now we're going to do a little call to peak here. I'm going to say a few things and just want you to repeat them out loud or to yourself, preferably out loud. You hear your own voice, it's easier to believe, it's easier to integrate. Who's going to repeat after me? May I be well, happy, and peaceful. One more time. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. May my family be well, happy, and peaceful. May my family be well, happy, and peaceful. May my friends be well, happy, and peaceful. May my friends be well, happy, and peaceful. May my neighbors be well, happy, and peaceful. May my neighbors be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May the universe be well, happy, and peaceful. May the whole universe be well, happy, and peaceful. Now once again, without breaking up the peace that we created, flutter your eyes open, slowly. Notice how body feels very different. Bring your hands to prayer here. Doesn't have to be a religious thing. Bring it to your heart center. Now I want you to imagine that you're saying this with your heart. Like you're literally saying this with your heart. All that energy and positivity that we just created, we're going to send ourselves a message. We're going to really visualize that we're sending ourselves a message with our heart. Sending yourself love and kindness. Understanding you have that power. And since it's so unlimited, we're going to take that same love and kindness, we're going to send it out to somebody. Be a person, thing, the whole world, an event, whatever it is that you know needs it right now, send it out with your heart. Imagine it shining through your heart. It's bright. Imagine whatever it is that you're sending it out to is receiving that message. It's already accepted. Imagine that smile, that warmth that you create. Know you have that power for yourself and for others. All right. And then we come to a close here. If you have your eyes open, go ahead and flutter them. If you have them closed, flutter them open once more. And take a deep breath out. Alright, guys. The light sees and honors the light in you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Okay? Namaste. Whew. So I totally needed that, clearly. I feel great. We did a little bit more meditation today than yoga or breathing, so I'm feeling very loose here. If you guys enjoyed any of that and want some more, hit us up. We're doing this every Monday now at 3 p.m. Oh, also we're doing, we have a virtual support group on Facebook. So you can go online and check that out. You can talk to each other as much as you'd like. We're also thinking about doing another virtual support group like through Zoom on Tuesday at 3 p.m. It's not going to be next Tuesday, but just watch out for some messages on that. We're not exactly sure when the next one is going to be, but we think we're going to have another one right. Yeah. So, and it's limited too. It's only 10 people because it's like a lot online to be talking to like 20 people. So as soon as we get that information out, we want to RSVP as soon as possible.
And if there's a lot of interest, we'll make sure we have more.
Okay. And if there's a lot of interest, yeah, we'll make sure that we do it maybe every 2 weeks or something like that instead of once a month. And it's led by Michelle. You guys know Michelle Heinz. She's great. What else? Do we have any other updates? Oh yeah, virtual sessions. We're still doing those. Those are super awesome.
Our social.
Oh yeah, and we're also gonna have a party, you guys. So we're gonna have a virtual party next Thursday at 3. So everything's at 3, 333. We're gonna have another party. We're gonna have a party, a virtual thing. I think it's gonna be on Zoom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next Thursday at 3. It's gonna be fun. We're just gonna mingle and talk to each other. I know we miss you. I don't know if you guys miss us, but yeah, we miss you guys. So we're just gonna chat it up and have some fun virtually. Bring your own beer, just kidding.
No, you're not.
Or not. Whatever you like. Oh, and the other thing, guys, I really would like some feedback because right now I'm just, going based off of what I think is necessary and what I personally enjoy to practice and learn about. But if you guys have any specific interests, let me know because not only would I love to learn more myself, but I'd love to be a channel for communication and be able to share that information and share resources. So I think next week we're going to touch a little bit more on meditation because I got a little bit of feedback on that over Instagram. Oh, I think we have on Instagram a survey. It should still be up on the stories if you guys could just answer